In the Netherlands, you can find a very nice sustainability project that is currently being developed and further explored over Europe. Within the sterilization departments, actually they use this kind of trays or instrument containers to nicely sterilize and clean the instruments. In order to do that in a neat way, you need to fixate them in this kind of blue strips that are tailored for every instrument. This is actually a business in the Netherlands of a company that's called Volstraten Medical. Now, currently, this kind of trays are bought from Asia. So they have to travel a long way before we can use them to create this kind of very nice instrument sets. The blue strips that you see here, they are made from silicon. They're also coming from Asia. But they are made from silicon, and the process around it is also quite impactful for the environment. So we decided to change that. So now we actually make trays ourselves. And we do that, we make them from this kind of surplus instruments. You can imagine that when instruments break down and you cannot repair them anymore, then you can dispose them. So currently we have around 2,000 kilogram of disposed instruments that we melt into new sheet material, and the sheet material is then being used within our own processes here to make this kind of trays. The silicon strips are replaced actually by material made out of this kind of blue wraps. What you see here is an instrument tray that is wrapped, so it's prepared for sterilization processes, and it keeps the instrument sterile after going through the autoclave. So what normally happens is that the sheet is unwrapped, the instruments are taken out, they're used for surgery, and the blue paper is disposed. Well, since it is very high quality, you can imagine that you create a process with the correct logistics around it to undo it from all the tapes and the labels. Then you have a mono stream of high quality polypropylene sheet, because this is not paper, it's polypropylene. You can turn them into this kind of blocks. We developed and validated the process around this in order to do that. Then you can choose either to granulate them and use them directly for injection molding, or you do it in a more fancy way and you create this kind of standardized pellets. Very beautiful stuff. And this then has a purity of more than 99%. And you can use them to make high quality surgical instrument parts. In this case, you see labels. Well, what is interesting now is that the original silicon strips, they are highly flexible. Well, the polypropylene, actually, when you test them with your dog bones, so this is 100% of the polypropylene, they're very brittle and stiff. But with the nice additions and additives, you can make actually polypropylene, this is 30% infill, it has the same properties as the silicon strips. So then you end up with strips like this that replace the ones made from silicon, but then made from our own waste. And this is actually an example then of reusing stainless steel, but also reusing the drapes that are used to wrap the baskets as one package. So the knife cuts on two sides in this case.